Vinicius Jr. is once again at the center of attention at Real Madrid, but this time not only because of his performances on the pitch. The future of the Brazilian forward at the most powerful club in world football has become a topic of intense debate, speculation, and behind-the-scenes analysis, even as the player himself maintains a calm, confident, and strategically controlled public stance. In a recent interview with TNT Sports, Vinicius spoke openly about his future and made it clear that there is no tension or urgency surrounding a contract renewal. The Brazilian emphasized his desire to remain at Real Madrid for many years and highlighted the strong relationship of trust he shares with club president Florentino Perez, one of the most influential figures in the history of the sport. According to Vinicius, the relationship between player and club is solid, mature, and built on mutual respect, and any agreement will be reached at the right moment. The forward also pointed out that he still has a valid contract and therefore sees no reason for haste or public pressure. His focus, he said, remains entirely on the pitch, helping Real Madrid compete for titles during a period marked by internal changes, coaching transitions, and mixed results in recent competitions. This calm and composed message, however, contrasts sharply with the external narrative. Behind the scenes, Vinicius Jr.'s renewal is viewed as a cornerstone of Real Madrid's long-term project. He is not just a decisive player, but a global marketing figure, a symbol of the club's new generation, and a central piece in shaping the team's modern identity. The situation gained even more attention after comments from head coach Álvaro Arbeloa. Speaking at a press conference ahead of the La Liga match against Villarreal, Arbeloa was asked directly about the negotiations involving the Brazilian star. He avoided discussing contractual details, stressing that such matters belong to the club and the player. Still, he made one point very clear: his desire for Vinicius to continue making history at Real Madrid. Though brief, Arbeloa's statement carried significant weight. When a Real Madrid coach publicly expresses the wish to keep a player, it sends a powerful message to fans, the board, and the global transfer market about that player's importance to the club's sporting vision. Despite the positive public tone, the path toward renewal has not been entirely smooth. Talks between Vinicius Jr.'s representatives and Real Madrid reportedly began in February of last year, but progress has been cautious. According to international reports, several factors contributed to the slower pace of negotiations. Among them were periods of inconsistent form during the 2025-26 season and moments of tension in Vinicius's relationship with then-head coach Xabi Alonso. While none of these issues were considered breaking points, they required internal discussions, private meetings, and a recalibration of expectations on both sides. At Real Madrid, silence rarely signals uncertainty. More often, it signals strategy. The club has a long history of handling major negotiations discreetly, away from public pressure, especially when dealing with players considered essential to the club's future. Vinicius Jr. fits that profile perfectly. Young, decisive, deeply connected to the club, and already the protagonist in historic finals, the Brazilian represents far more than goals and assists. He represents an era, a transition, and a long-term commitment to a global competitive vision of football. While fans speculate and the media debates timelines, figures, and clauses, Vinicius continues to project patience and confidence. In his view, the story with Real Madrid is far from over. In fact, it may only be entering a new chapter. The real question is not whether Vinicius Jr. will renew his contract with Real Madrid, but when and under what conditions the agreement will be finalized. Until then, the club's strategic silence and the player's calm confidence continue to fuel a narrative that captivates the football world. And if history has taught us anything about Real Madrid, it is this: the club rarely acts in haste, but when it does act, the impact is almost always lasting.